Hey y'all. I haven't been closely following the story, but the videos of people putting in, their information, reference checking their notes on Shanquella Robinson. I keep seeing these on my feed, so I said, well, if Holy Divine Spirit gives me permission to connect with Shanquella, then I would pull some cards to see if we can bring forth some justice on her behalf. Now, never before have I done this, and y'all know me, if y'all know my channel, I don't clout chase. But for some reason, this particularly is calling to me just for the work that is done spiritually and, the connection with spirit to those who are seeking justice beyond this realm. So I want to roll up my sleeves and see if it's okay to connect, and then we'll pull some cards. So Spirit, Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, show me yes, please. Show me yes. And show me no. All right, y'all. So this is in line with my yes and my no, how I always ask before I use my pendulum. So Holy Spirit, is it okay to connect? Is it all right? Do I have permission to connect with Shanquella Robinson at this time? So y'all see it was in a no formation, but there's my yes. So I do have permission to connect. All right. Whew, thank you, Spirit. Okay. Okay, now, y'all, let's see. I don't know anything about anything. I just know that there was a trip to Mexico. There are some young ladies, and it sounded like a young man was part of the entourage that accompanied her to Mexico. And the fact that she's from Charlotte, I know this, but that's all I know, you guys. So let's all keep an open mind here. And I'm going to connect, and whatever's thrown out there could possibly, get Shanquella some sort of justice here. All right. So let's see what we have. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit of the highest white light consciousness, will you please share information that Shanquella, or even if it's you, Shanquella, we're connecting with, please speak through the cards, speak through clairvoyance that I am able to pick up, whatever spiritual ways of giftings that I have, to show me so I can assist in the natural to help bring justice. All right, let's see what we have. Let me listen in, you guys. So I heard besties. We were besties. Okay, so something about a drive-by. Hold on, y'all. I'm feeling some anxiousness building up in my throat area, throat chakra, rather. So this has to do. Okay, so with the drive-by energy that I receive, it seems like somebody may have been held to some sort of secrecy here. But I feel like it was Shanquella while she was still here. Maybe there was something that happened some time ago that she was sworn to secrecy. So I'm hearing at large. So maybe there was some sort of crime committed to where she was maybe a witness to or knew something about it, but maybe there was some sort of threat looming over her around this time. Whew. I was already feeling heavy. All right, so I heard despair just now. Tell me more, Spirit, please. Thank you. Okay, consequences, I just heard. So I feel like she possibly suffered behind something. Maybe it has to do with the secret connected to some sort of drive-by. Resident, I'm hearing resident. So resident, that could be part of the name of something, like an apartment or a community. It may have the word residency or resident. Maybe that could be like a location, hotel somewhere. Something about a resident or residency. hearing something about being fully versed or well versed. So somebody possibly has like that gift of gab. They're able to talk their way out of anything. And I'm hearing abilities. I'm seeing someone like I'm seeing a African American male. He might be the age of 20, in his mid late 20s. I'm thinking 28. He seems slender, kind of darker complexion, medium to dark tone, and he has on these dark shades, low cut, like a fade sort of hairstyle, possibly with maybe tried to form some waves at the top, you know, with the brush. So maybe that's the one who's able to talk their way up out anything energy that I'm being shown. What else, Spirit? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Hidden, okay, so I heard hidden secrecies and hidden enemies. All right, y'all, let's get into the cards because I'm feeling a nervousness energy just now. I got nervous all of a sudden, like panicky. All right, y'all, let's shuffle. I'm doing how I'll do with all my readings, so this is no different. Let's go ahead and get the cards out so we can get the story. Whew, thank you, Spirit. So I'm hearing testify, like somebody saying testify, testify, you know, as if there's some sort of testimony coming from something, or maybe it's just like a heavy church or religious energy here coming through. So I don't know if Shanquella, because I was kind of reflecting on the person of Shanquella as I was shuffling the cards, but maybe, I don't know if she was brought up in the church or she's connected to a church family. So maybe she experienced something traumatic. Maybe it's connected to this drive-by energy that she shared in the church, maybe with the testimony energy. And possibly this is connected to something that she was quote unquote sworn to some sort of secrecy. But maybe it wasn't looked as though it was such a secret if she came out and, you know, was telling about how she made it through something, because then people would be able to connect dots. And I feel like that was the part that, you know, whoever the culprits are feeling that they were betrayed, because she was just sharing, you know, her part of how she, what is that? Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Because there's something that, you know, she was giving glory to God about how she made it out of something. Because I'm hearing she should have or could have been apprehended. So meaning she could have went down for something. But I think, oh, with the throat chakra thing that I was picking up, because I felt like a tightness coming up on my throat in the beginning, and I mentioned it. I feel like she did speak up about something, but she was supposedly sworn to some sort of secrecy. Now, she didn't come out and say this person, that person, that person. She was just talking about herself and how she made it out of something. But the people, the culprits connected to it on the other end are like, oh, she said too much. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got in front of us. So, well, we got the World card reversed at the bottom of the deck, y'all. So this is, I'm hearing something went horribly wrong, which that's the premise of, you know, the incident that happened where she was unalived. I'm not sure how she was even unalived. I just know that she's no longer with us. But the World card reversed means there's some unfinished business here. So what that tells me is not only is this going to be another go around for some individuals, because they basically planned out their destiny in this lifetime by way of falling back into some sort of cycle. Something that was supposed to come to a completion did not. And the reason it did not is because someone didn't make it through. They didn't make it out. They didn't make it out of something. So if this was a situation that was supposed to come to light with and it didn't have to be a drive-by, it was something that took place that I feel like she witnessed, but by her saying, I made it out, I made it through, there's the made out energy just again. But she didn't really make it out at the end of the day. The World card reverse just speaks of this is not complete. Something that should have come to a completion is not complete. So therefore it means that there's like karmic energy, like having to go back and redo something, because whatever was supposed to be some successful outcome of maybe a confession, people, justice being brought to light to, people who are still here. And, everybody gets to move on. Of course, some people have to pay the price for the crime committed, but the other people, they get to walk away knowing justice has been served. That was not done. And then I'm hearing ante, like a double ante, or an ante, like the extra on top of this world being in reverse is that somebody lost their life behind this. And that's why we're talking about Shanquella right now. Because there was supposed to be some sort of completion, but there was not. But that further lets me know that they took, okay, so I'm hearing a key witness. So they possibly had taken out a key witness here to something. So Shanquella witnessed something along the way. But we'll get into, but that's the underlying energy, y'all. I just wanted to pause. I wanted to stop right there. But we'll get into what's going on here. All right. I just heard the song by Mint Condition, Pretty Brown Eyes. So I don't know if that was a song she liked to hear or somebody sang to her. Maybe she had beautiful brown eyes. I've not seen a close-up to even know her eye color. I've seen her face, but the close-up would not tell me if they were brown eyes, black eyes, because they would look black to me, So I don't know what color her eyes were, or just maybe she just had beautiful eyes, which she's a very beautiful girl. I don't want to say was, because I feel like, her energy is still here, even though physically she's not here. All right, y'all, let's see what else is here. I got a reference to cotton candy just now, like pink. I specifically saw pink cotton candy. So maybe that was something that she enjoyed as well. All right, Spirit, tell me about this star card reverse, please. I heard she was on her way. So maybe she had some aspirations, things that she was working on. It could be business-wise. Even before this, you guys, I don't know why I was getting like hair. Maybe she was in the hair industry, like selling hair products or extensions, wigs, all of that stuff. I don't know. I was kind of getting the entrepreneurial energy about her. Like I said, I didn't study up, do research. I don't know anything about her other than what I've been seeing pop up in my feed, but that hasn't gone into detail for me to know who she is and what she was about. But I feel I'm hearing she was on her way. So, even in this energy, it's going to attract, people around you who you don't know who's really for you. And I believe that's why a lot of people are stirring up in the uproars, because she trusted the people around her. They were supposedly her quote unquote friends. But what it's telling me is they aspired to maybe be like her, but at the same time want to take from her, like not want to see her with it. Anybody else could have it, but not her. So that's a different type of jealousy. That's a wickedness. So I don't know if the young ladies and even the young man who surrounded her on the trip, if they were aspiring to say that, oh, they do nails, or I do, to be part of that beauty industry energy. Like it could be nails, it could be makeup, it could be hair. But the fact, it seemed like she held down the hair part. And maybe they did something that was complementary to her, but still in the same industry. But while they were also trying to come up, they saw that her star was shining brighter than theirs, is what I'm feeling. And they wanted to remove that. They wanted to take that. They weren't really supporters at the end of the day. Or friends, to say the least, right? So I heard attack just now. So I'm hearing that there were a lot of verbal attacks, but maybe it was like banter between them, to where it was like, you know, it could have been disguised as, oh, she just being funny, or, oh, do they really mean that? You know, one of those sort of things. Like, you just have to have a clear, defined judgment or discernment to understand if it's coming from a good place or not. And maybe Shanquella was struggling with that. So I'm asking in my mind if she had known these people long. Like, are they childhood friends? Like, how is this? Or just did they meet on, like, you know, one of these little seminars? Because I'm getting seminar energy. Like, they maybe traveled to go to different, like, hair shows or industry shows or something. Or maybe it was local that she met a few of these people. Maybe it was clubs even. You know, maybe working behind the scenes sort of thing. So I was shown like a nightlife energy. So maybe there is some nightlife activity as far as like exotic dancers. I don't know if one of these young ladies was a dancer or just was connected to dancers, or possibly work behind the scenes to, you know, do makeup for dancers, because they would be able to, you know, be clients, because they could be able to afford, you know, that sort of service, and they would need it. It would be a necessity. But there's just something that's kind of I don't want to call it that it's not legit, but it seems like it's some seedy energy. Well, I mean, look at the outcome, right? But the foundation of this friend group has some seedy ties, some seedy energy connected to it. All right, y'all, let's keep going. That's all off of this star card reverse. What's behind that? Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands speaks of new opportunity. So they wanted to dim her light, star card reverse, but then right behind that with this Ace of Wands, it's like, well, you know, she doesn't need that as bad as we do. So maybe she was beginning to get recognition, because the star card would mean, you know, somebody's really standing out here, but it's in the reverse. So it's like it's not really being supported or recognized, even though it's there. The gift, the energy, all of that is there, but it's not being recognized or supported in a way that would uplift or shine bright. So then with the seedy energy I was talking about, she might have even dimmed her own light because of who she was surrounded by. But at the same time, it seemed like there were opportunities here. So already it's just feeling like with the seedy energy and characterizations, she just was amongst a group of wolves in sheep clothing. I feel like she just did not have the proper discernment at the end of the day. And it may have just been about opportunities and her just having to get it how she could, even though it came from, no disrespect, but, you know, people who it didn't really feel like it was legitimized business. Right. I feel like they all kind of got it. It's giving crabs in a barrel, but it's like everybody wanted to shine, but then you can't shine more than the other person. But if you start to shine more than the others, it's going to be a problem. All right, y'all. So behind the star card and the Ace of Wands, speaking of opportunity, somebody saw opportunity here, right? If we could just dim that light, there's an opportunity. Behind that, we have the King of Wands. What is he holding? A wand coming from this Ace of Wands. This King of Wands saw an opportunity, y'all. Yeah, we're getting into it. This King of Wands is someone who's about action. They're going to make it happen regardless. They're going to hit the ground running. They're going to do it. They're going to carry it out. That's the King of Wands. And they're the king because they're the top selection. If anybody can do the job, it's going to be this King of Wands. I don't know if I'm seeing Cartier, Caviar, something like that. C-A-V. I'm kind of getting the energy of that. So I don't know if we're talking about Cartier wristwear, the jewelry. I don't know. Or their name. Maybe that's their a code name, or maybe, I don't know. C-A-V. And I'm hearing Harvier, so I guess it rhymes with Harvier. Carvier. All right, y'all. Behind the King of Wands. I don't want to get too deep into this, but yeah. Because it can go on and on, because I have nothing to connect it to, because I'm not sure of the details of what's, definitely what happened, what's going on. I'm just pulling from spirit right now to get answers. Not even knowing the questions to ask, y'all. All right. Spirit, tell me more about this King of Wands. So I'm being shown the young man in the sunglasses, and the dark sunglasses. That would be the King of Wands. So you could say this was like a front runner, a lead person here of the group. So if anybody knew anything, it would be that I'm hearing Harvier again, like King Harvier. Maybe they put themselves in some sort of like king position, like self-appointed position, like they would be the leader. Like if anybody knows anything, or if you need anything, you come to this King of Wands. You come to them. Let's see what's behind the King of Wands. Why are they on this pedestal, so to speak? And it feels self-imposed. Like they put themselves there and everybody else just kind of went along with it. A bunch of followers, right? Just went along with, okay, well, you're in charge. So this King of Wands, I mean, I can't help but look at the body language, the stance in this card. Like, I'll be damned. That's what I'm hearing from this King of Wands. Like, I'll be damned if ... So what it feels like is the energy, I'll be damned if, they're going to come and take over or take control, or say that I can't be in control, or they question my authority or question what I'm doing. Because this is somebody who's looking for some sort of payback. They want a pat on the back, They want to be looked at as some sort of king, some sort of royalty here, but they really don't. It doesn't match up. Maybe in whatever sector of group of energy they run with, maybe, but it's like in the group that they're in, and I'm thinking about this friend group here. If they were the leader, the guy in the sunglasses is who I saw, if they're the leader of this, then it's like they're not giving these other people options. It's like, you got to follow me or get lost. But what it is that these girls, I feel, because I'm singling out this as a masculine, those girls are so dependent on each other. And then at the same time, there's some sort of false loyalty here to this King of Wands. I'm not sure what that connection is just yet, but they felt like maybe they were afraid at a certain point in this to go against this King of Wands. Look at this. What's behind the King of Wands? We have the Three of Cups. This is about celebration. So it seemed like a good time. Maybe this King of Wands knows a few people, but it doesn't feel legit, y'all. It doesn't feel like, they know the president of this corporation and this company. Not to sound disparaging, but it was seedy. I was getting nightlife energy, strip clubs even, hair industry, but it just feels like, not to say that the hair industry is seedy, but there's some seedy energy here. Like, we're talking about, they might know like a leader of this particular gang or something, or their cousins, have this whatever scam operation going on over here. That's what it's feeling like, y'all. So what it did is, I feel like this King of Wands opened up doors for these young ladies. Look, it's 3 ladies in this card. I don't know if it was just 3 girls on this trip, 3 main girls who surrounded Shanquella. Maybe she was the 3rd girl. Maybe she came in on the tail end of things. Because maybe the friend group had the guy and maybe two girls, and Shanquella came in on the tail end. So she was like the last one to join this little group, this little circle. Which it seemed all good, even though it was seedy. But I said, again, Shanquella felt like she did, to me, it feels like she didn't have discernment or trust her discernment, or those channels possibly were not just open or connecting for her. Or maybe she was just really trusting of what she was getting into. Because I'm still wondering if this was a childhood thing, but this doesn't feel like she'd known these people all her life. Maybe by way of them sharing common interests, because maybe that's the industry energy, the working together. The King of Wands is about career. The King of Wands definitely opened up doors for these young ladies. Now, behind that, we have the Lover's card. Now, the Lover's card doesn't necessarily mean that this was a hookup, you know, they were married or together, anything like that. But this could be that there's some sort of divine connection here that allowed this connection group to take place. There was something here that was destined to be conjoined here by way of the two people in the Lover's card energy. Now, this could also symbolize family, if not by blood, then just by camaraderie. But I'm feeling like this was some sort of, because it's turning into like a little clique organization sort of thing, like a little private little group that they had. It's giving me pack energy, P-A-C-T, like if they took a pack to be in this group. But that's where the secrecy energy is coming in, to where I felt Shanquella may have said a little too much about something. But she wasn't talking about calling out people of what she knew. She was just talking about herself. I'm hearing something about bodies. So this might be connected to other missing persons, or I don't want to say other missing persons. How that was supposed to come out is there are already bodies in this energy. That drive-by that I mentioned could possibly be connected to that. But I feel like she said a little too much, according to this King of Wands and this little group, this little circle, cliquish, the two young ladies, three young ladies. I don't know how many young ladies. But I feel like Shanquella, if anything, she would have been the final party in this little clique to join. All right, y'all. I'm going to keep going. So look, before I even get to this Tower card, because we know what the Tower is that all of this is crumbling down. But when I mention the bodies and the divine energy behind this Lover's card, this was, I don't want to say it was supposed to happen, but you guys, you have to understand divinely orchestrated things. Sometimes those sacrifices take place in order to bring justice. And we can't fault Shanquella for saying, I'll be the sacrifice. Unknowing to her in the 3D, we make commitments before we come here to the 3D earth. So if she stepped into that role, then it was divinely orchestrated here. I've got divinity all out here. The World card reverse is divine. Star card energy is divine. Tower is divine. The Lovers is divine, y'all. All right, let's move over here before we get into the Tower energy. I have the 8 of Pentacles. Let me put these cards down. The 8 of Pentacles talks about hard work, staying focused, and reaping the rewards. Pentacle energy was already out here, especially with the King of Wands being this self-imposed leader. But I feel like he's just steering these girls in the wrong way, which we see now, because even though Shanquella is no longer here, what about the other two or however many girls are in this clique? Now they got to deal with their tower falling behind this King of Wands, because this was the leader. So, this is the focus of, the getting money. However they were getting it, they were focused. But I felt, the fraudulent energy already. So I feel like it just has to do with we stay together. That pact energy that I mentioned. Even all the secrets stay within this little group. Like no outsiders allowed. But there's something that went wrong with the throat chakra energy for Shanquella. She spoke up about something, but it wasn't to call anybody out. It was just about her and how she made it through or made it out of something, because I felt it was like a testimony, somebody testifying about goodness, God's goodness on their life. But this group, or this King of Wands rather, feels she may have said a little too much, because the King of Wands would have been directly connected to whatever she was saying that she was freed from or she escaped from or whatever. It would tie in the King of Wands mind, because this is giving me paranoia too, because it really wasn't that. But the King of Wands took it upon themselves to say, oh, she's talking about me. All right, behind the Eight of Pentacles, look at this, the Four of Swords. This has to do with something being laid to rest. Now, this also means like relaxation, rejuvenation, but just it's time to take a pause, because the swords equal or represent mental, your thoughts. So somebody was thinking way too much about something. But I feel like at the same time, Shanquella, I'm getting entrepreneur energy, y'all, with the hair. Like, I can't deny it. She may not even be in the industry, but that's what I'm receiving. So whatever it is that she was working so hard on, at the same time, I just felt like she's just giving glory and honor to God from what she had come from, that her life was just beautiful now. And then she wanted to put something to rest, like she wanted to lay a burden down. Is what I'm feeling here. But the connection with the money, how the money was being made and all of that, possibly all of that energy was not taken in a positive way by this King of Wands. Y'all, there's some sort of connection. I mean, I can say this now. We're more than halfway through the reading. Shanquella was coming from a place of being grateful. But this King of Wands felt like it was something that was going to incriminate them by her giving honor and glory and being grateful for, her life and what she had and things she was able to do and, just her path. Because it felt like, to me, the energy just feels like and felt like she was on the up and up with the star card energy here. But there was something about her light shining too bright. Especially for this King of Wands. And I feel like the other two girls or three, however many there are, had to go along with it because there was some sort of pact here. Like a sworn to secrecy energy. All right. Now, look. Behind... Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles. I was going to say behind, on top of, whatever. The energy's still here. We're still talking about Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles has to do with investment. Somebody closely watching how their operation is going, closely watching things going in, going out. So somebody has a close eye on whatever's going on, but there's a reason for that, because the way that these pentacles were earned, they know that that really doesn't belong to them. It wasn't a legitimate gain. That's why they have to stand there and watch it. Close eye. They need to know and be sure that nobody's coming to take it from them, because they took from other people. So that's that paranoia energy that I was picking up on with the King of Wands. It wasn't willful gained. So that lets you know there was fraudulent, there was scam energy going on here. The guy with the dark sunglasses, the leader, the King of Wands. The same one that the other girls had some sort of fear or codependency that they, you know, would do anything this King of Wands said because they had no other choice. They wanted to keep living it up. 3 of Cups. They wanted to keep up this lifestyle with the 8 of Pentacles. Money's coming in. You know, them having these jobs, doing makeup, doing hair, doing nails, whatever that is. Maybe they have celebrity clients or quote unquote celebrities. They may not be celebrities that you and I would know, but in this little seedy operation of things, they were people that stood out, that kept the coins flowing into this little clique group's pockets. I heard again, testify, testify. Y'all know what I just was shown or recalled? That whole testify, testify. That was in a Kurt Franklin track where somebody in the crowd of a live recording yelled out, testify, testify. So I don't know what Kurt Franklin music songs have to do with this. Maybe she was a fan of Kurt Franklin, you know, in that particular song, but I just wanted to mention. All right, y'all, let's get to this tower here, because the tower is divine intervention, meaning something had to fall. Something was built up for protection, but these people in the tower don't need protection. Like they're the last ones who need protection here because they deserve to be discovered for their wrongful doing. So we just going to tear all this shit down is what divine Holy Spirit says. That's what's happening and what's unfolding. But I feel like this tower energy, again, is connected to bodies that are already unspoken for. And that's why the tower's fallen, because this was the sacrifice. This was the final draw here. And they could have, this clique energy, this King of Wands especially, it could have been an actual sacrifice, y'all. Like, sacrifice don't have to be something that we read in a book. Like, this stuff really happens. Especially if you're a star and you shining brighter than the other ones, and they form these pacts to where there's secrecy because they have fraudulent activity going on, but the money's coming in so good, so they go along with whatever they're told to do from this King of Wands, because the King of Wands is also in a position to be, I'm hearing, reprimanded. So the King of Wands has to answer to someone. Or someone's, yeah, for, I guess, the fraudulent activity that they're doing. So I'm hearing something about a crime ring. All right, y'all, behind this tower reverse is the Page of Pentacles reverse. So this is an offer that's not accepted here. So we just talked about a sacrifice, but this offer is not accepted. Because if you're new to this channel and you're just here on the strength of Shanquella, you know, over in these streets, these spiritual streets, we know what it means to have to offer something up, because you have to pay a debt by way of a person, unaliving them or planning it as a sacrifice to cover your debts. That's no secret. I know people don't talk about this stuff, but y'all, it happens every day. But this one was not accepted. But also what I want to let you know, there's divine energy all out here. So they sacrificed the wrong one unknowingly, but that's why this tower's falling. And that offer is rejected. And it set them back 1,000 years here with the World card reverse. Because they sacrificed the Divine One star card. It's in the reverse because that's the little bit of light that they allowed this star to shine in. They didn't want them to be in the upright to shine fully. Talking about Shanquella, they didn't want her to be upright to where she was in her fullest, greatest potential. All right, behind the Page of Pentacles is the Fool card reverse. So this indicates a new start. Somebody had an opportunity and they took it. It's a new start. But let me see. Let me get some more information. This is a major arcana, as all these, well, the cards that I said were divine energy cards. Those are called major arcanas for those of y'all who are new to tarot. But those are some pretty heavy and pretty serious cards. Now let me find out about this Fool card reverse, y'all. Spirit, tell me more about the Fool card reverse. I'm hearing tracking. What tracking have to do with this energy with the Page of Pentacles reverse and the Tower reverse? Why tracking? I'm hearing temptation as well. I'm hearing characteristic flaws. So that would mean something looks good on the outside, but until you actually get inside to really see what's happening, it's too late. So that would be the Tower falling. And I did mention her coming in as a last entry party person to this little clique group. So the Tower was already fallen. I feel like with that body energy, like there are already bodies, plural. She was just the last one to start to bring all of this down to where now it's media coverage to expose the crimes, the bodies, the people, the characteristic flaws, how it looks one way on the outside, but you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. This is about exposure. Like it had to be a catalyst here. And I feel like the catalyst is Shanquella. What else, Spirit, about Shanquella, if anything, in closing? Oh, there's one more card over here, but I just felt like I wanted to allow some space for Shanquella if that opportunity presents itself. So y'all give me a moment. All right, so I asked Shanquella, are you here? And I said, was this an accident? She said, no. All right, Shanquella. Tell me, okay, I don't even know what to ask you. I don't know what to ask you. I mean, I would ask what happened, but can we start there? So who's Bugs? Bugs or Bugs Bunny? That's what it put me in the mind of, Bugs Bunny. Because it feels like a lead up. So, because it started out like, so Bugs was supposed to, something like that. All right, y'all. So I heard Freak Fest. I don't know what Freak Fest would mean right now. Freak Fest. Like it was supposed to be. I'm hearing part of like music. Like it was DMX in particular. Dun 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 dun. What is that song? Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. So party up or party in here is the title. But this is giving me party energy. Like something was about to, I'm hearing prognosis. I don't know what that means right now, y'all, but it feels like something was about to jump off here. Like it was disguised as, okay, so that's, here we go. So it was disguised as a good time. So I would assume like the Three of Cups energy, like the liquor was flowing, because it's giving me party atmosphere. But I'm seeing like a room. It's got a hard, it's like a marble floor or something. It's a hard, it's not carpet, it's not tile. It's like stone or something. The ground. Why I'm being shown that, I don't know, y'all. Hold on. Sorry for the camera shake. I'm kind of messing with stuff because I'm channeling and stuff. Hold on. So what was going on with the music and the whatever else was going on? So there was a gathering. So something about lights out. I don't know what the lights out would reference right now. If the lights were turned out, or if that was supposed to be the next thing to happen, like expecting the lights to go out so the party could ensue, or whatever the freak fest thing was about to occur, possibly, or what she was led to believe was about to occur. And then the lights out. All right, y'all, let me, because I don't particularly like or feel comfortable where that's going. Not that I can see where it was going, but I didn't want to give it room. So I'm gonna turn this card over. So we have the Judgment card reversed here. So I feel like this has to do with escape here, because, you know, the Judgment would mean you're definitely being called out, you know, by God, Creator, Holy Spirit source, and you have to answer for what was done, all of that stuff. You know, that's you and I, everybody has to go through this judgment. But I feel like with it being off to the side here and in the reverse, this was escaped, because I had mentioned bodies. So there's already been injustices here. But I feel there's a fleeing from that, the secrecy, the sworn to secrecy energy with the pact. Yeah. All right, y'all, I'm going to end it here. So if I'm called back for more, then I will definitely show up and try to see how I can assist with bringing forth some justice here. Hope this helps.